Hi guys, my name is Miranda and I am the Assistant General Manager here at RG Cowan Design Build.
And I'm Piper, the Marketing and Selections Coordinator.
And I'm Ryan, the General Manager.
All right, Ryan, so we have a lot of the schematic design for the home out in front of us. This first one was after your first site visit, so if you could kind of walk us through what you learned when you visited with the clients the first time.
Sure. So when we first visited the site, which is how we like to begin all of our designs by having feet on the ground on the building site and getting a feel for where all our opportunities are. You know, we think about where's the sun, where's our views, where might we have a bad neighbor, all kinds of things that we want to think about when we're coming up with a floor plan. So for this site, we had just really amazing views from where we believe we wanted to build to the southwest and northwest. There is a hillside directly to the east of the site that blocks morning sun and doesn't really provide any views. And if you look directly west from where we wanted to build at ground level, there's a small rise, and so you really didn't get any distal views from that level. We did have a ladder on site. When we got up on the ladder, we could see that looking directly west from just 10 feet higher, you could see all the way to Utah. So we thought that that was a pretty cool component of the building site.
So Ryan, could you explain how what you learned when you were on site that first time impacted the floor plan?
The program that the client gave us had a few kind of unique things. One of which was the climbing gym, so it's one of the cool features of the home. Another one was that the owner wants to sleep in a cave. He wants it as dark as he can have it, as quiet as he can have it, for as long as he can have it. And the code makes us put a window in, so he didn't like that very much. But we did try to think about where we could put his bedroom in the home to keep it as dark as possible. We also wanted to capture these great views that we have, both from ground level and from a higher level. So on floor plan, we decided that if we oriented the home directly east-west, that way we can control all the sun in a passive solar strategy directly to the south. But if we look directly to the south, we didn't get the best views. So we canted parts of the home towards the northwest and southwest to try to capture these great views. And we put the master bedroom on the east side against the hillside with the bedroom to the north and the one window that we had to have facing north. So you're never going to get any direct sunlight coming into that bedroom. The other thing that we did on the second level was we created a really nice loft space with a covered outdoor patio that captures all those views directly to the west all the way to Utah. We talked a little bit about some of the strategies we were approaching the floor plan. This is like our diagrams to kind of help us understand the site a little bit better. This first diagram talks about those limited views to the west at ground level, talks about from ground level these really great views we have in what direction. A little bit of a solar study, just thinking about, okay, the sun is to the south, and as well as this hillside to the east it limits the sun in the morning to the site. So there's not a lot of solar opportunities early in the day. The wind, Glade Park has lots of wind, so we need to acknowledge where the wind's coming from and how to feel protected from that. So we thought about that, as well as the topography. This site needed a pretty good size bench cut to have an actual building location on it. So we kind of took that into consideration. And then we put those things together and came up with a few kind of sketch ideas of the exterior.
So looking at this floor plan, can you explain these interesting angles that kind of make the house look like it's an arrow?
Yeah, so like I mentioned, we had opportunities for really good views to the northwest. And if you look out this window to the northwest, you can see this really beautiful canyon in the distance. And so we wanted, when you're standing and working at your kitchen, we really wanted just to look straight up this canyon. And to the southwest of the home, there's a really beautiful valley as it heads off into Utah. So we took those two opportunities and decided we were going to add these canted angles to the floor plan in order to capture more directly these views.
Looking at this kind of next jump at the schematic designs, there's a lot of windows in the home. So you mentioned passive house. So if you could kind of tell us just what kind of windows they are and how they're strategically placed for that passive house.
Yeah. So for our passive strategies, we did what we call window tuning on this project. Everything that faces directly south, if it's shaded, has a high solar heat gain coefficient, which means it's going to let in more heat. So we have a deep covered patio area that the depth of the patio controls the sun. So we don't need the window to control the sun. So in the winter, when we get sun striking that window, it's going to let a lot more heat in than some other areas on the home. So the windows that we used are an Alpine brand window. They're made in Louisville, Colorado, really cool product. They're also a passive house certified window. They're triple pane. The U value on them is a 0.14, which for building science nerds know that that's really good. And they seal up very tight. So there's the energy efficiency of the window, but there's also how tight it can seal in terms of air sealing. So all those things in combination, we have some windows that are directly exposed to the sun. Those reflect more heat out the way that we tuned them. They're also smaller, so a lot of our large windows are controlled by shading. That's the strategy we used for windows.
So Brian, thank you so much for helping everyone understand this home's design. Now that you all know what the intention was behind this design, head on to the next video to take a look at the kitchen.